Hello, everybody. All right. Yeah, I was recording the video, and at the end of the recording, find out there was no recording. So this is the second attempt doing the video. So it is what it is. But I want to say thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching the channel, and thank you for the coffee. Appreciate so much. And energies, the current energies. There was a great introduction that I did. I'm going to try to go and redo the whole report in there because of the current energies. They are intense, but they are blessings in the disguise. In that you may gonna feel those energies very kind of like even can be repeating itself with your past experience. You should look at it your last year, but look at it in the past few weeks. What happened within the energies. And if you outgrow, you getting in there, if you're not acting like the past few years, the past situations, the past similar energies like this, you're going to find out that these intense energies, they are blessings of disguise because you grow. Okay. If you look at it within yourself, like as a coin in there, in the one side of the coin, you see the challenges. There are like problems there, like these pressures inside of you, and you pass through that threshold in there. You seen the blessings, but of course you're gonna be have this moments in there. And currently the moon is where? Currently the moon, the full moon, it is at a at Virgo and opposing the Sun. But it's not only opposing the Sun, it is also opposing Mercury and Saturn. That's mean you're going to be opposing communications. You're going to be going there and opposing that hermit mode. But also that hermit mode is telling you is what? Okay. You can't just go and learn something that you don't understand, and you need to be ready for it. At the same time, you're understanding the learnings that you need to do inside of you, and that is going to be leading you to that energy of growth. Because all this energy is connecting with who? It's connecting with Jupiter. And you're going to find out how these energies of the moon go into Jupiter and helps both Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn. Talking about expanding, that's what this is. All right, so Grande, hi. Thank you for coming in. Paulina, hi, everyone. Expand, my friends, expand. Exactly. Expand. You're expanding your capacity of understanding within yourself. Now you have more operating power of the brain that you can handle more, and it's going to be more easier for you. Hi, Saru. Hi. Thank you for coming in here. Glad to see you, and I like that name, by the way, for it. So I'm gonna be using it. But talking about those energies, guys, for it. In a minute, I'm gonna be looking to the charts, but I want you to see this because there's gonna be a moment of time throughout the day that those energies in there, they are going to be coming in and create incredible kind. But at the end of the day, even exactly about I think was 42 minutes after past midnight, there's going to be this very particular incredible divine energies. So imagine Mars and Venus right here, and here it's the north nodes, and they're giving a finger of God towards the moon at Virgo. We are talking about understanding relationships and healing a karmic situations in your life because the moon is where? In the hospital. Okay. You may gonna feel today with this energies of like doctor, I don't need this medicine, doctor, I don't need this, oh, I need that, and the doctor says like I'm the doctor, and you're not gonna like Saturn. You're not gonna like what they're telling you. You don't like other people's authority. But if you grow like you should grow in the hospital and you're in a hospital, I can take it. Go ahead. Ah, right? So we're talking about those energies. I know, guys, some of you laughing on it is watching it right now, but that's what this is the growth, is the maturity. And what happens is this energy from the moon, they're going to be coming towards Jupiter, and they're going to shining down to resolve the situations of your, the way you communicate yourself, the way you're doing with your authority, and how you're handling these expansions by facing your limitations within you. So with that being said, I'm going to go through the chart up here. So I'm going to be able to see the chart. So if you guys have so many questions, you guys can ask about it. Okay. And with that being said, right in here, setting up the chat. So still operating within the new computer. Have still technical little difficulties, but it is what it is. So what happens in the morning at 7 o'clock in there, you're going to find these oppositions because the sun is going to be rising and the moon is going to be descending into the Virgo in there. The sun is going to have the upper hand of this time because it's rising the energy while the moon is descending down. She's going down from the sixth to the fifth to the fourth to the third house throughout the day. And that energy is going to be intense. You're going to be wondering, like, what should I do? Should I have communications that doesn't work? Should I work on authority that doesn't work? And what is this stopping it? What is preventing me? What is this energies? What on the other side in there? You have the moon that it's about to join Lilith. Just to remind you that Lilith is still at Virgo at 16 degrees, but she's in divine energies with the North Node. And that is going to be a moment that I say that after midnight, that energy is going to be talking to you. Some of you is going to be healing the mother's intuitions, the mother situations in there at midnight hours, because this is the moon and Lilith coming together just to make a big decision. So just checking the charts. Yeah, if you want to check in the charts, you can go to the internet and check in the charts so you can see it from within you. I apologizing, I'm not showing you today, but I was making it about very good report for about 40 some minutes talking about this with the chart so you guys can see it. But yeah, I thought that I was recording, but it wasn't. I was recording the preparations, and for some accident in there happened. But here you go. You have a moon with Mercury opposition. So yeah, it is what it is. But I'm here. We're talking. So it's just pretty beautiful energies. So that energies when you wake up is going to be interesting, intense. But you're going to be have to look at it with those energies. Those are blessings in disguise. Okay, listen to is better. Can't read the charts. Yeah. Okay. It is what it is. As long as we're here and we're doing the work that we need to do, it's all matter, right? Keeping the positive attitude. I like that. Okay, talking about the next hour, which is then going to be 8 o'clock in the morning. There is going to be this guide I was talking about. The moon, it's connecting with Jupiter. So that the energy of the moon, it's going to the Jupiter, from Jupiter shining there towards Saturn, Mercury. It's telling you, this is the place to go. Some of you is going to go to work, and by doing it that work at work, it's going to help you to do your personal work. You may going to find synchronizations at that hour that all of a sudden your work into your personal life is just taking that kite off. Okay, but what's holding at that kite? What's holding at that kite is this oppositions. So this is how you're going to understand that if it's not this backbone of these oppositions in there to holding that kite, you're not going to be able to see these blessings. Okay. And the blessings that are going to be coming in to you in the next 24, 48 hours. You're going to see them within you, especially when at the moon it's going to be entering Libra. Because that, when at the moon is going to enter Libra, that's going to be trying towards Pluto, it's going to trend towards Mars, it's going to trend towards Venus. All these imbalanced energies that right now, and whatever it's not for it, it's going to begin to be balanced. That it's coming up, okay? It's coming up. So stay patient within this for it. So we are talking about here of this energy at 9 o'clock. That's going to be the ascendant with Jupiter. You're going to find and see this exit towards Jupiter. It's like I need to grow, I need to mature, I need to get. And that energy is going to be pretty good with, first of all, it's going to be pretty good with Lilith. It's going to be pretty good with the moon because you've seen it. But just because you see it, you don't have to work at it now. You're going to be working with that energy a little bit later on the day. Okay, that's going to be happen probably around 1 o'clock when at the midheaven it's there. You're going to see that work done. All you need to know is right now you're seeing it, what you're going to face, and how you're going to react. Either going to be against the feminine and masculine energies with Mars, or you're going to be using your intuitions to use the divine energies to go to Pluto, because Pluto is in divine energies with the moon. Pluto is going to be supporting the moon today of doing this internal blessings in the sky. Of course, some of you is not gonna like it, that energy. Talking about this ascendant that's gonna be going into Gemini and in the next hour. This is gonna be at 10 o'clock for it. But Pluto is doing his transformations. He's like, you gotta go there. You gotta go through this because if you don't go now, I'll put you in tomorrow. I'll put you on the next day. I'm gonna be pushing you to this until you learn. Once you learn, you're going to be thankful to me that you learn. You're going to find that those problems was blessings in disguise. And then you're going to thank me and not just thinking about that I'm only bad. Well, I'm a bad when you're bad. Okay, that's how Pluto works. Deeply, deeply transformations. So that ascendant that it's going to be at Gemini is going to point you that here's the problems coming towards you. And you're like, man, what should I do? What do you need to do now? You need to trust because Pluto it's trining the ascendant, and through this process, Mars and Venus also trining the ascendant. You need to trust that unifications within you. You need to stay strong during those intense energies because most of the people, what are they going to do? I don't need to hear your words. I don't care what you have to say. I need to cut all this stuff and I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna be going into this hermit mode. And Saturn says, like, okay, darling, you go to the hermit mode. What are you gonna learn? You're gonna go back to me. You're gonna opposing me? That's not a good idea. How about let's have a communications, let's have a proper authority, and let's expanding in here, which is Jupiter, and you listen. How about them apples? All right, so talking about the next hour, that expansion is coming in for it. We are moving it into the field. You're going to feel these energies right now between the North Node and Venus and Mars towards Lilith, but also the energies is going to be giving you kind of like a heads up. There's going to be this yacht or finger of God pointing out to that direction. But the energies, there is going to be a difference between Lilith and the moon. What's going to happen at exactly after midnight is the moon and Lilith is going to be coming in, and that energy is just going to be coming straight. It's going to be a very powerful divine energies. I'm suggesting it either do meditations or see what you need to clear that up, see what you need to do, and so on. If you have to, do something for you, even if that is a mental process energies, but something that can help you to heal, because that energy is going to be working with the North Node and Chiron. We talking about huge healings is going to be happening here. Huge. And that huge healing is going to worth it because it's going to feel the family side. Ascendant at this time, it's going to be at Cancer. Midheaven, it's going to be crossing within Pisces with Mercury and the Sun. You're going to feel the pressures of the moon of Virgo. But if you take this positive sides of these angel wings that currently going to be made, because right here we are having the moon, right here on the one side of the wing. Okay, we have this ascendant that it's so beautiful, and that energy is trining the sun, Mercury, and Saturn. You are ready to learn. And then that energy from Saturn, Mercury, and the sun, it goes to Jupiter and goes down into the moon, and you're closing that perfect synchronizations aspects in there, and you understanding the beginning of the wings. The next stop that's going to be is Jupiter. When in the midheaven, it's going to be at Jupiter, but that's going to happen later on in the afternoon. But now you're learning is this is my exit. This is what I need to do. This is what this show is in me. This is I gotta be grateful for these moments. Gotta be grateful for those challenges. And talking about the next hour, which is this is going to be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's going to be opposing Lilith and the moon. Midheaven is right there passing Pisces for it, but it's very good energies between the ascendant Uranus and the midheaven. Usually, that is the time when you finally appreciate the universe, what it does. Uranus doesn't have any um, negative aspects right now. But Pluto has no aspects, so is Neptune. Pluto is right now like the god that says, like, I give them the soup, let's see what they're gonna make it. I give them the ingredients, see what they're going to do. He's like the god who's watching his kids in there. And right now, what are we going to do in there in that case? Okay, because currently Mars and Venus beginning to support the moon. Pluto stopped that divine energies towards the moon. It's like the mother has to choose what it needs to do. And this is gonna begin to triggers those energies there. Perfect new positions to take in. And with that being said, in the next hour, the moon is moving a little bit forward, and now she's with divine energies of the midheaven. That is at Aries. Looking at that new energies, this new beginning, it is like, okay, I can't always opposing. I can't always be in this stopped. I can't always be in this hermit mode. I can't always be like that. I need to do something else. What do you need to do? What? Expand, grow, and mature. Go in there, get that energy of Jupiter, and face your limitations. Face that authority that is being not proper. Face that Mercury, facing this need in there. To remind you that some of that energies in Pisces can be a very, very deceiving. Okay? Because you know everything, and now you can think that you can control everything. Well, not really. There is always someone who sees what he does. And don't abuse that you know everything. You don't know everything. You're always a student and a teacher at the same time. Only thing you learn it when you become master. When it's is about when the master he doesn't look outside, he's looking inside of himself, his own ability, capability, and what he can do on his own. But that's a little bit more evolution. That will need expansion. And that expansion, it's coming. It's coming. You're going to see that expansion because currently, in the next hour, which is going to be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, That energy is with the Chiron and the North Node in there. Beautiful, beautiful energies also from the ascendant towards the sun. That is a those divine energies, you know it. But that energy is opposing Venus and Mars and squaring Jupiter. That tells you the area of concerns you need to grow and mature. It still is on it. And that energy is telling you don't worry about it because the moon right now is in divine energies with Venus and Mars. If you remember the last time the moon helped a lot Venus during her retrograde season at Leo to mature. But right now, Venus is facing that oppositions of that energy from the last year, understanding the other side. So whatever you did during the last year, now you're facing it the opposite way. You're understanding what you did, what you didn't did, and so on. And that leads you to that growth. All right, talking about the next hour, here it's the other part of the angel wings. Midheaven, it's going to be together with Jupiter during this time at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And now this power of growth, it's time to get it done. You're probably ending your work at work, but you are ready to go and do your own work. That growth, the facing how you talk, how you're authorizing things, how is your limitations, and what is your emotions attaching to all this. This is going to be incredible power. At the same time, the ascendant, it is still at Leo. In there, it's going to be square Uranus. As I said, don't fight the universe. You're not going to win in there. There's no point for it. So if you have no power to do in this aggressive actions, there you go. You got it. There is suppressions in there. Who is suppressing you? Jupiter and Saturn, together with Uranus, is suppressing you. You're not to make failures, you to lead to expansions. If you failed, you're going to repeat. You probably know already that within yourself because Saturn is teaching you. And talking about the next hour, midheaven is with Uranus in there, beautiful energy towards Lilith, the ascendant. It's walking also within Virgo. It's gonna be a reminder about the problems that you have this morning when you wake up. But now at this hour, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, in the morning, the sun was here. Here was the moon. Now we're talking about later on. Now they're backwards. Now the moon is rising, the sun is descending. In there, the sun is at the seventh house, and the moon is about to rise at the first house, at the 12th house. Now, what are you going to do? When the powers are switch, now you're going to be able to see the other side. First of all, you see your authority throughout the day. What is it doing? Now your intuition is going to be working throughout the night. And this is what the power of your intuition is going to be working throughout the night. And this is what the power of authority and intuition is working during through the oppositions. Because through the oppositions, you're able to see the both sides. And when you see the both sides right now, you are what? You are growing. Midheaven, it's together with Uranus at this time. And if you look at it right now, Jupiter is right here, and it says like, I am supporting all those three guys up here, and I supporting the moon and what the visions are. Question is are you gonna do the work? Hopefully you do, because in the next few hours you're gonna find those energies. So here is that energy that's going to be intense in there at 6 o'clock because all those energies going to have a T square towards Gemini. So if you have something in Gemini right now in there, that it's going to be at the beginning of Gemini for it, talking about the 6th degree of Gemini. That is a squaring Mercury, Sun, and Saturn. It's squaring the Moon, Ascendant, and Lilith, and all this energies just brings you this negativity in there. Do you see the positivity though that it's coming? You're gonna see that energy that I'm talking to you after midnight. You're going to see it, but you can't use it. Only see it. Because that is that energy that's gonna begin to rise. That energy is gonna begin to rise because exactly this energy of the ascendant at 0:42 and the next day, which is gonna be the 25th, it's gonna come in that particular energy. So, talking about the next hour, the midheaven, it's transitioning through this Gemini situations, isn't there? You gotta work on this friendshipness. You have to make all those energies working together. You seeing it that it's coming towards you. The moon, it's coming, moving forward, and you're still at the hospital. But right now, the ascendant, the only thing is opposing Neptune. Pluto stays neutral. He has no current situations within this. He's like, I told you what you need to change. All you gotta do is do it. I have everyone else is working right now. In there, you have to solve what you need to solve. Okay. A lot of power, a lot of power. And here is the energy of this angel wings again. Now we're not with the angel wings on the top of Jupiter. If you remember, the one bottom of the angel wings, that was Saturn, Mercury, and the Sun. Then it was Jupiter. And the other side of the wings, the other side of the wing, that was a Cancer. And the other was the Moon. Now we have a midheaven on the top of the next set of the angel wings. You learning within yourself what you need to do. So there is a lot of mixed energies. They're all in the playground. We're talking about the ascendant at the beginning of Libra, beautiful divine energy towards Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn. At the same time, that midheaven energies, it's trining all those energies there of Mercury, uh, the Sun, and Saturn. Your communications brings the balance, and then that balance goes within the intuitions, and you take these wings of growth and take the flight. But in order to take that flight, is require what? Your balance. And whatever it's not balanced, it's related into your family because the midheaven, it is about working within the family. That doesn't mean that it has to be 100% with the family because Earth doesn't present your personal family, presents everyone living here in this rock that goes around and around and around and is affected by the magnetic fields. All right, so talking about the next hour, you're going to be facing what you had in the past with what it's coming towards you in the future. The ascendant is going to be together with the south node, it's going to be squaring the midheaven. We're going to begin to feel these energies of the moon and Lilith coming in together for it. It's going to begin to feel that energies inside of you, beautiful energies between the inner work that it's at Cancer with Uranus and Lilith at this time, the energy of Jupiter with Saturn, the Sun, and Mercury is going to be a beautiful. You lower and down the authority to increase your intuitions. Why? Because currently the Sun, it is about in the positions almost like a 5 p.m. on the clock, while the moon is rising at almost 10:30ish, something like that. If you're watching a clock, that's how that is. And you've seen it, but down below, it's a Venus and Mars heading without divine energies towards the moon. It's like the supporting, even though that it's a hardest time right now. Venus and Mars, they still supporting the moon. Beautiful energy, guys. Beautiful disguise of that energy. Talking about the 10 o'clock midheaven, it's going to be at the beginning of Leo. You guys know those energies opposing Pluto. Get used to them. It is what it is. You're gonna face them every day. You're opposing the transformations. Transformations gonna say, "Ha, I'm opposing you." It is what it is. You don't change, you don't transform, you don't evolve. You're gonna have to face me sooner or later. This life, next life, doesn't matter. You going to evolve because you're set out to be evolved. So overall, the energies is going to be intense with that because that energy of the ascendant is going to be facing Chiron and the North Node still. But if you're following the divine energies towards the Moon and Lilith, you're going to begin to feel like something is brewing, something is coming, something is going on. Jupiter right now is gaining his powers because the Venus and Jupiter they become to exact square because Venus is at 10 degrees and Jupiter is at 10 degrees. So be mindful about what are you thinking about your feminine energies. But if using your intuitions, because Mars and Venus they're right here, they have these divine energies with the intuition, then the growth. It's training that intuition. So instead of conflict, you expand, you grow, you pass over all this. Interesting energies, guys. And talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 11 o'clock, the ascendant goes into Scorpio. Now, the ascendant is supporting those energies. It's trining the Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn. It helps into the moon. And now we have this beautiful kite that it's made, that it helps with this earth and water situations. Okay. It helps it in there because we have the ascendant that is in water sign. We have the moon and Lilith on the earth signs in there. We have a Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn on the water sign. And we have a Jupiter and Uranus on the earth. All those energies are comes in and they are brewing something. Okay. They are brewing something. And currently the midheaven, it is trining the north node with areas, but midheaven is where at Leo, the growth that you need to do. You have to overcome this. Your way of controlling situation, controlling love, and so on, has to comes over because that way you're gonna be healing this. And we're talking about when the moon and Lilith coming together, and they are in divine energies with the North Node and Chiron. You're probably gonna heal a karma that's related to your bloodline, something that has been done. The same way Lilith has to fix her karma, her dignity to God, her promise, what she did because God created her. She was the first woman of Adam, right? Something that needs to be fulfilled. So some of you may be healing this daughter mother energy of the karma that it's related also to the Venus and Mars union, family situations, and so on. Of course, the moon is in the hospital. Remember that. And here it's coming that midnight energies that it's coming that it's going to be this full oppositions beginning. I'm actually going to give you the right timing in there. As I said, this is going to be beginning after the 15 minutes. In there, you're going to begin to feel it so much. And all of a sudden, those energies going to comes in at 30 minutes past the hour. You're going to begin to feel that rising. And then those energies going to line up around 42 to like the 48 minute is going to be this beautiful unifications with midheaven, the moon and Lilith, and the divine energies from the north node, Mars and Venus coming up there. Uranus is going to be supporting the moon Lilith situation, so is Jupiter. And at the same time, Jupiter is supporting also Mercury, Saturn, and everything else. So, who is not active? The only one one planet is not active this time. It's only a Pluto. Neptune is going to be trining with the rising energies of Scorpio. You're going to see this beautiful, beautiful energy that you saw a few hours earlier at force. Some of you is going to be doing so incredible work. You can do a meditations, you can do a soul bath, you can release something, you can say something to, you don't need these things, or solve these karmic lessons. And now this is could be at the moment that you're going to be turning that coin, turning your challenges to growth. The stones that were thrown against you, you're turning and creating a walls. And everything that was this darkness, this shadow side, you're bringing out in the light. You're at the hospital and you got healed, but through facing your challenges, facing your adversities, facing yourself, and that how you expand to understand the challenges as your growth. Okay, guys, that's all I had for you. If you have any questions, please, and now it's the time to ask. If there is no questions, guys, let's call off for the day. Let's share the love and the light, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, this report helps you out, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, we don't have a technical difficulties either. So from me, I'm gonna be sending you the gifts as you take it as much as you need it. So thank you so much, guys. Be love. And hi, C Zukov. Helps. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's it's good to know that those reports are helping you guys. Okay, it helps in a way in there for it, because that is it, the purpose, to help each other. That's how it goes. The energy of the universe is in me, it's towards you, then that energy from you towards me, and then I'm giving back to the universe. That's how it goes. That's how this energies exchange is going and flows properly. It is how it is. Okay, guys. But I'm so glad that you guys are here, you're watching, and we're all doing the work that we need to do. We're all part of this. Okay, guys. Thank you. Be love, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Just did the right thing. Thanks. You're welcome. Have faith. We're all gonna be doing the right things, and when you do the right things, you get the other side of that medal, and you pass that threshold, and you feel great. You feel great. And of course, it's gonna hurt you. Your ego's gonna hurt. You may cry about your ego. You may understand that maybe you should have not done this, but you understand why you should have to do it. But then you understand the both sides of that medal, and then you understand what you need to do, because the evolutions is rising you above that, and the evolution is happy. And when evolution is happy, you'll be happy too, because now you can be able to understand you should do it, you should not do it, and what is happening in the past, and what are you going to be evolving into the future. And that's what we're here for, guys. Be love.